This is going to be a short review of the Minimag Pro Plus. Now, Minimag are still made in the USA, which is a selling point for a lot of people. And I know it's, they've been bad-mouthed for a long time, but they're actually a decent light if you're not looking for perfect beam quality or a super-duper intense spot, or if you just need a decent light that you can throw in a drawer, not worry about it, and it's going to work. Or like I use this one for a few years for work. Now I changed. I'm using a Nightcore MT, 2A now, because I needed something that was a little bit brighter. But this guy right here will run at 245 lumens for 2.5 hours off of 2 AA alkaline batteries. You don't need to buy Eneloops or Eneloop Pros, no lithium-ion batteries. And from what I've read, I haven't tried it, you do not get any more battery life from using the more expensive batteries, the rechargeable batteries. Now, of course, you can do it just because they're rechargeable. If that matters to you, that's obviously it's an option. But when you get it, I don't have the lanyard with me. I lost it because I never used it. It does come with this sheath. It's just a standard belt sheath, and this is dirty. Like I said, I used it for work. So I wore this for a couple years for work, use this light every day, and that's all the wear in the sheath is taking. Now it is loose. If you're hanging upside down, you're going to want a better sheath than that. But silver, and you can see it's taking some nicks. Got your typical Maglite ring there, lanyard hole, round body, which is both a benefit and a detriment, really, because there's no anti-roll to it. They make the kits that come with a rubber, whatever it's called, grommet, whatever you want to call it. It goes on the front there that's supposed to keep it from rolling, and it will do that, but the ones I've used in the past fit so loosely that they come off when you drop it back in the sheath. So I don't know, maybe a lanyard and wrap it around a few times to help it, or I know there were pocket clips, though it's so smooth and round, I don't know how well the pocket clips actually worked. I never used it. And of course, you can see it's a split there. You can always get the different lens filters kits for green, or red, amber, yeah, there's probably a green one by now. But this one is specifically the Pro Plus, and this one I like. Some of the older LED ones that had 4 modes, the switches were so finicky, they just did not work well. The light worked okay overall, and of course I'm going to have a hard time doing this now because oh boy, really? Oh, of course. There we go. So usually I can get it on with one hand easy, but at 245 lumens, and it's much better beam quality than the old ones were, and you can still play with it and get your kind of sort of flood, spread the light out a little bit so you don't have that hot spot. And the Pro Plus, the reason I like it is because, yeah, you have the 245 lumens, but then you also have a lower one. So, wow, really sorry. I gotta set you down for a minute. There's this lower setting here. So that's the lower one. This is, I don't know, 70, 75 lumens, something like that. So, and the way you do it, the reason I had to set it down was just because you have to point the light straight down, and there's the brighter one again. And that's how you switch the modes. But it's 2 standard AA alkaline batteries, run at high 245 lumens for 2.5 hours. I tested it. It does hold right pretty close to 2.5 hours if it's not exactly there. And this thing's been beaten up and dropped, and I don't know what all. They aren't entirely waterproof. They're only rated at IPX4, I believe it is. But I've used it in pretty heavy rain, and it was fine. I didn't drop it in a puddle, and because it's not rated to be waterproof, I'm not going to do a waterproof test on it. But I have used it in heavy rain, and it was fine. So American made, I think you get them between 20 and 30, $35 at the most. And, hit up Costco or Groupon and get one of those 72-pack of Sony Stamina batteries, and you'll probably be good for a couple years on this.